All right. Well, welcome. We are in preparation for our homecoming game against Arkansas State. We're a little beat up right now, but our kids are practicing hard. I'll start off by announcing some game suspensions. We will suspend. Well, we're not suspending for the game. Marcus Caffey will not start. Late to a meeting. Tevin Jones, Todd Boyd, and Carnell Hobson did not get some of their academic requirements done, so they will sit at least the first quarter, maybe more. And I think that's it right now. I think that's it. But, we're going to hold these young men to a high standard, and hopefully it sinks through sometime at some point that, that they have to oblige their academic responsibilities and be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. So we won't waver on that. Getting on to Arkansas State, we're excited about them, and they're a very, very good football team. They can go at a high rate as far as tempo on offense, and then defensively they're very, very fast. They can run. They're not as big up front as Louisiana Lafayette, but they are extremely fast and talented. So I'll open it up for any questions.
Coach, how have you liked the execution of your team in the red zone? It seems like you're taking very good care of football and executing well when you guys get there the door.
Well, I think they've made the most of their opportunities, and we've just got to get more. Got to get more. 31's not enough. We needed 35, and there's been some games where 35 wouldn't be enough. So we just got to keep, scoring and executing, getting more points. I like it, but we want more. Need more.
Coach, I just wanted to clarify. So Marcus will not start. The other three will not play?
Marcus will not start. The other three will not play in at least the first quarter.
Okay.
I'm still waiting on some more academic updates.
Okay, thanks.
In addition to not starting with Caffey, he, from what I read, he was a little banged up. How's he doing physically?
Oh, he's fighting through. He's getting, he's trying to get out there and go, but he was limited today. But he'll be limited today or was today, and then he'll be a little bit better tomorrow, and then he'll be better on Thursday, Friday. He'll be fine by game day.
And on the whole, with injuries, it seemed like you said, you're banged up. How might that impact you?
Severely. Right now, Joe Peterson is questionable. Mike Ivory's questionable. Keith Rucker is questionable. Carnell Hobson is questionable from an injury standpoint also. Linquez Blair is questionable. Caffey's questionable. Duval Smith now is got a shoulder, so he's questionable. Nate Simon is questionable. Brian Williams is doubtful. I think that's about it. Is there anybody I didn't name on the team?
Coach, does it take any extra time for Marcus, being that he spent the majority of his career on the defensive side of the ball, now taking hits as a running back? Will it take his body a while to get used to?
Oh yeah, it's just yes. It'll take his body a while to get used to running it, and then it'll take his body a while to get used to getting hit. So we understand that.
So many of the games, it seems they've been close, and some of the games you've had leads. What's it going to take to kind of get over that hump?
Execution in the critical moments. When you call a blitz and you got a guy sacked for a loss that put him into 4th and 12, you got to get the guy on the ground. When the game's on the line, you've got to be able to line up on the ball, or off the ball if you're supposed to, and you just got to be able to produce when it's a critical situation. It's down to where it's 1 or 2 plays here and there that cause you to lose. So we've got to fix that as coaches. We have to fix it, and they got to grow up. in a hurry.
Coach, what are your thoughts on long scoring drives? Your offensive unit has been able, really the last 2 games, to go on some very long, sustained drives and then finish those off. What are you seeing that you like on film when your offense is able to do that?
Well, I like them. It keeps the defense off the field and lets them rest. Every coach in America likes long scoring drives, for their team. So, it gives their defense time to rest, eats up the clock, and keeps the other team's offense off the field. So, the longer the better.
Just looking at your schedule, normally a homecoming opponent is looks like a winnable game. It's a pretty tough team, but just looking at the schedule in general, it doesn't seem like there's like it lets up too much.
Well, our homecoming is always in the middle of our conference schedule, and there is no gimmies in our conference. The only gimme that used to be in our conference was us, and now we're not a gimme. So everybody knows they better play their best to have a chance to beat us, because if they don't, we'll get them pretty good.
What are you looking for, Coach, this week defensively against Arkansas State?
Turnovers, creating turnovers, being able to keep up with their pace. They're getting plays off in about 6 seconds. So it's, the 40-second clock, and they're getting them off around at 34, 33 seconds left on the play clock. So they're a very, very fast, up-tempo team. So we've got to be able to get lined up and rally to the ball and try to create some turnovers.
Simulate that in practice, the speed of the opposing offense?
Well, it is when you do a scout team. When we go good on good or ones on ones, we're pretty similar because we go up tempo also. So, sometimes ours is a little different up tempo. It's not quite that fast. It depends on if we're doing motions and trades and those kind of things.
Coach, earlier in the season you talked about making sure that the guys didn't have emotion swings when bad things happened. You've been in some very close games, with the exception of one. They've all been close. Where do you think the guys are at this point in the season as far as handling ups and downs in ball games?
I thought they handled them well. Every time they took the lead on us, we came back and took it back from them until the very end, And I thought our kids have been handling it very well. We just need to finish our last drive. We haven't learned how to finish yet, and that's the job of the coaches, to teach them how to finish.